Many local families are figuring out how to navigate back to school amid the coronavirus pandemic. From virtual learning to extracurricular activities, families have a lot of questions. Dr. Ed Nichols, Superintendent for the Madison City School District, joins us now to talk more about the issues. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
Thank you.
Dr. Nichols, today you held the annual Institute Day to kick off the school year for teachers and staff. This year, because of the pandemic, it was held virtually. What was the most important message that you shared with teachers and staff today?
Well, I think the thing I wanted to make sure they understood the most is that we are in a changing time. It's going to challenge all of us, but that we're up to the task, and that we want to be role models for our students, that we are up to this changing task, and that, I learned a long time ago, you can either be a thermometer in life or a thermostat, and that thermostats change the temperature and they set the temperature. And I challenged our folks to be positive and to be a thermostat in this changing environment so that we can lead our kids.
What were some of the concerns that teachers expressed?
Well, we have students who've selected the virtual platform for the semester, not the school-based side. And we have teachers, due to underlying health conditions, either their health conditions or maybe someone at home, a child or a parent, that have selected that as well. And we're trying to match those up. It takes a change of schedules. One of the challenges is we may have more teachers that somewhere between 20-25% that want to need that virtual option, and we may not need that many. So then they have the option of take an FMLA, or they have the option of some other type of leave, and then we've got to fill their school-based spot. And as you know, there's a teacher shortage and sub shortage, and so we're trying to balance all that out and make them understand when we do come back to school-based that we're going to do it with social distancing and protections to keep them healthy as well.
What feedback did they give you about the virtual learning program?
One of the concerns was last spring when we shut down. I don't think anybody was prepared for that, and so the virtual learning option that we had across the state was not what we needed, and so we were able to bolster that by the state gave us a virtual platform, and then in Madison we invested in some other platforms to go with it so that it would be robust enough. And there'll be more synchronized learning, meaning teachers and kids will be more face-to-face, screen-to-screen to do that, and recording those lessons and uploading them so students and parents can look at them later in the day if that schedule doesn't work out.
How's the process going in terms of training teachers on the virtual learning?
We had our institute today, and then we'll start our professional development tomorrow. We took a team of teachers and had them train, and so they will train our staff. And one of the things that we're going to do is train everybody, because again, even though we're starting virtual and everybody needs to know it, we want to get back to face-to-face. But there could be a condition, we never know in this environment, that we had to shut down a school, or we had to shut down the district, or the state made us like they did in March. And we think it's important that all our teachers know that platform up front so there's not a delay in learning later on.
Sports has been a big topic of conversation. Some parents say they don't understand why it's okay to play sports but not return to the classroom. What's your perspective on the situation?
We're just trying to make a decision at the local level. It has been a little frustrating, not just in sports, but across the state, that we get a lot of perspectives of people in Montgomery about what we should do, but we don't get a lot of guidance. Everybody has an opinion of what we should do, but nobody's willing to take the mantle up and tell us, hey, I want you to do this. They're leaving it up to us to make that decision, which is fine. So we're looking at that as well. I'm meeting with our coaches and talking to our coaches. We have told parents, it's voluntary, and if we will not hold it against a child if they don't want to participate right now. And again, we think that when the ADPH comes out early next week with some roadmaps, they're going to talk about athletics and those type of events and give us some more guidance.
Anything else that would be important for us to know tonight?
Well, I just think, we're all challenged right now, and we're doing the best we can. We're making the best decisions with the guidance that we're getting. I can't say enough about our local county health officer and the guidance that she has given, and our local medical staff at the hospital. We get a little challenged sometimes that we don't get the guidance we maybe would like from other state leaders, but we're going to make the best decision we can to protect our students and protect our staff. It's not just getting kids back to school. It's also protecting everybody that's there, because if we lose 10% of our teaching staff, there will not be enough substitute teachers qualified in areas to meet that demand. And then we're going to have a disruption of learning for 2 weeks or more that's going to be even more challenging. So we're trying to make the best decision we can with the information that we've got.
Dr. Ed Nichols, Superintendent for the Madison City School District, thank you so much for your time tonight.
Well, thank you, and I appreciate our parents. We've gotten a lot of feedback, some positive, some negative, but all supportive. And I appreciate those parents in Madison City that are supportive of our school district. We're going to get through this, and if these numbers keep going down, we're going to get kids back in that routine of school as soon as possible.